What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? It's your girl, the Mommy Money Getter, aka MMG. How is everybody doing today? Thanks for tuning in. As you can see on the thumbnail, we got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of tea to drop. So make sure you stick around to the end of the show because you do not know what I'll be talking about first or last or what I got as a surprise for you all. It's 16 of you in here. You already know, hit the like button when you come up in here. For real. Like, don't sleep on your girl. Anyways, like I said, we got a lot to discuss. None of it is my business. None of it is confirmed by my eyes. So let's just say it's all alleged. Okay. And this is all my opinion. It's just commentary. It's, just a laugh and a key. Nothing too big. You guys don't read anything into it. I will say this, I do my research as best as I can, and I give my personal opinion on these topics. So if you want to do a little bit more research or you feel like you know something better than I do, don't hesitate to comment. Do not hesitate to comment in the chat. If you are watching this during the replay, what's good? Drop a comment and let me know that you watch the replay so that I can respond. I love when you guys come through, and I love when you guys comment and let me know that you came through. Matthew, I'm actually going to do some content. I got a video coming up on some Walmart content, but today we're not talking about, well, during this video, we won't be talking about the Walmart content, but I do have a video that I'll be doing, probably posting it tomorrow, and you can ask your questions there. I don't mind you asking there. But like I said, we got a lot of topics to talk about. So, yeah, I don't call myself nosy. I wouldn't call myself nosy or a busybody or a gossip. I'm more like inquisitive. I like knowing things. And then once I know them, I have an opinion on it. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is today. There's so much going on in the world, and I feel like I need an outlet. You need an outlet. Let's talk about all of it. But guys, before we get started, there is this fruit jerky by Soli. It's called Soli Organic Fruit Jerky. And let me just say, it is not sponsored. I need to be sponsored though, because ever since I discovered these fruit jerkies in my local grocery store, let me tell you, it says you just ate one half of a whole organic pineapple, and it feels like that. It feels like that. So if you want a snack, it has no sugar added, no artificial anything. And when you're eating this fruit jerky, it doesn't taste rubbery, it doesn't taste dry. It's very moist and it tastes very much like you're eating a pineapple. It's so good. And it does have sugar, and I think they're like 80 calories. So I might eat one or two of these a day, get my sugar fix in. I should be eating actual fruit, but this tastes better, and I'm gonna do it. Okay, you have a good one too, Matthew. Be on the lookout for that video and make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe when I post it up. Okay, you have a good day, hon. Um, so let's get into it. It's a lot going on, like I said. It's a lot going on. And also, you guys, if you feel so inclined, first of all, like I said, thank you for joining me today. And also, show your girl some love on the Cash App tip if you got a little change and you want to just, support the channel. That's always good, right? Let me just go ahead and pin that to the comments. All right, now let's get this party started. Um, as I was saying, there's so much for me to talk about. I don't know where I want to start first, but I have a lot to discuss. Um, Before I came on today, I was at an appointment earlier taking care of some business, and I was just on my cell phone like I always do, reading the blogs, reading my favorite message boards, things like that, things of that nature. You know, getting all the important news and information, right? And guys, know what I saw? You want to know what I saw? What's up, Ryan? Ryan, what have you been up to? I haven't been seeing you going live. Have you been going live? And I just missed it? I don't know. I'm gonna go over to your channel and check it out. But listen, this is what's going on right now. Florida, Texas, Colorado, Louisiana, and Arkansas. I don't know what you guys are doing over there, but you guys need to get it together. Let them people on EBT buy whatever they want to buy. They already poor. Why do you care what they buy? I mean, and if soda is that bad and candy is that bad, then I think you should. I think the government needs to take it off the market for everybody. Why would you just exclude poor people from, you know, getting their teeth rotten or getting diabetes? Why can't they have the freedom to do that? I think that's kind of, I don't know, elitist, and I think it's punishing people for being poor. Let me know if your opinion differs, but yeah, they won't be letting you buy if you live in those states. And I think these new restrictions they go into effect 2026. So go to Costco and spend all your money on all the candy and soda and stuff you can before then. Because as of then, and you guys that like to buy food stamps, yeah, you can buy candy and stuff like that. So yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know what is that? I mean, not saying that it's not dope. It's not. I know that they have restrictions on hot foods and things like that. And I guess beggars can be choosy. But I don't know. That's crazy. And in some states, like in California, you actually, if you are on general relief or CalWorks, I don't know whatever it's called, but say like if you're a single person and you get food stamps, you have to work for those food stamps. So, well, California is not doing it. California, you guys, California, we're a G about ours. Um, so California isn't doing that yet. Who knows if we get a Republican governor in there, or I don't know. I mean, they already feed the kids crap at the schools. Michelle Obama did all that work for nothing. Remember her when she came on board with her husband, her platform was going to be improving the nutrition of kids, and the schools were supposed to be changing the diets. My kids wouldn't even eat that crap at school. So that's where they need to start. Dry tater tots and old salads. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is. But yeah, that's what's going on in those Republican states. I didn't know Colorado was a Republican state, but I expected as much from Florida and Texas. I expected that. And also Arkansas. But yeah, just wanted you guys to know that. So get ready for that. And the best way to get ready for that is get your own money if you can. If you are not disabled, if you are able bodied and you just fell on hard times, do what you got to do and get yourself together because um, with Trump's big beautiful bill and this that and the third, people are, it's just crazy the things that the way the economy's going. It's already hard enough to buy food, and like I said, beggars can't be choosy, and soda's not good for you at all. So I mean, I can tell you what soda's done for me. It's caused me to gain a lot of weight. Soda is bad for your blood pressure, it's bad for your blood sugar. But like I said, if it's that bad and you don't want people on food stamps to buy it, then nobody should be able to buy it. Don't say, well, you're poor and you can't have soda and everybody else can have soda. I mean, sometimes that's all somebody has is a cold soda to drink to get them through the day, right? After getting off work or after raising their kids. Because not everybody who gets food stamps is on welfare. You know, there are a lot of working poor who work every day and still qualify for food stamps. That's the real issue. Because if I work every day, if I work 40 hours a week, I should not be able to qualify for SNAP benefits, right? Because people who qualify for SNAP benefits are at the poverty level, right? But that's what's going on, guys. So yes, definitely make sure that you have your resources together or you start improving your situation because you just never know in this economy that we are in how things can change from one day to the next. And depending on who is in office, I don't, I mean, I don't depend on the government. I don't. I don't wake up thinking, oh, well, what's this or what's that? If something is to my benefit, then I will partake, such as I did when I got financial aid to go to college. And then once I became a public servant, I was able to get all of my student loans forgiven. And I did. I partook in that. I wasn't going to be like, oh no, let me pay these student loans back. I borrowed it. No, because I'm a public servant, because I worked for local government and took mess off of people for 20 years, honey, I deserved that. And I wanted my free education. That's the one good thing I got for working as a public servant all those years. But let me go on before I start ranting. This is not about me. It's not about me. Um, so let me know how you feel about that in the chat. How do you feel? Should the government have a say so in how SNAP benefits are spent? Or is this an elitist move to bully those who are poor? Let me know in the chat. And we're going to move on from that and go on further to Trump. Trump and how he is just constantly finding a way to pick on people of color. And he's not hiding it, right? I want to know this. Donald Trump. Donald Trump in my Shamar voice. How do you have the time? Like, where do you have the time? You are running a country of 300 million people. You are supposed to be making peace throughout the world, making deals. How do you have time to focus on entertainers? What are you doing, sir? But Trump had a lot to say to Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne found him donkey of the day. Okay. And this is what Donald Trump said about Charlemagne. He said, the very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, I guess that's his daughter in law, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleaze bag Charlemagne the God. Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname? He's a low IQ individual, has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth, and knows nothing about me or what I have done, like just ending 5 wars, including the 31-year bloodbath between Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have passed and there was no end in sight. He didn't know that, or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border. or creating the greatest economy where prices and inflation have come way down. Since when, Trump? And where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden set the record for doing the worst job as president ever. Well, I don't know what to say about that. But this dope Charlemagne would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala. Remember, 1 year ago, our country was in the tank. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world, MAGA. Donald Trump, where do you find the time? Where do you find the time? It's actually evening over here, Osman. Where are you from, Osman? You never told me that. But good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. Donald Trump, where do you find the time to sit and write these rants of yours? It's actually quite hilarious because all I know is that if I'm running the free world, if I'm in charge of an entire country, I won't have the time to respond to every criticism of me. And not only that, um, have some decorum, have some professionalism about yourself. This isn't, what's the name of his show? See, I don't even remember that show. That's how ridiculous it was. And Trump, you sound ridiculous. You really do. You're way too old. You're a grandfather. You're a father. You are the president. And it doesn't matter if you do feel that way. Talk about it with your wife during when you guys are having pillow talk. Talk about it with your therapist. Talk about it with whomever. But why are you letting anybody know that they can get under your skin like that? That's not good for this country. If people know they can get under your skin so easily, not only will they keep doing it, but they will also use it against you. I don't feel safe with you as president. I don't feel safe. If you were my man, if you were my husband, I wouldn't feel safe with you going off, just going off like that on people. I want a man who is strong and who knows how to keep his mouth closed and who knows how to act. I don't want a man that's out like a housewife of Atlanta looking for fights and quarrels and on social media doing all of this and that. I don't want a man like that. I need a man who can keep it together, who can keep his wits about himself. So let's just say that. Okay, and Charlemagne, he responded. He said President Trump was better off going after Urkel, though, because he is really scraping the bottom of the black barrel coming at me. You can't go from MLK Jr., President Obama, Oprah, Beyonce to a sleazebag named Leonard. That's Charlemagne's real name. Anyway, yes, I believe there's a political coup happening in the Republican Party, and I appreciate Laura Lee Trump having me on My View last night to talk about that amongst many other things. Charlemagne actually yesterday made Trump Donkey of the Day. Ooh, it's a fly in here. And also, as Charlemagne mentioned, last week, Trump said that Obama should be in jail for treason. He said Beyonce should be in jail. Like the accusations, the things that he's throwing out there, the things that he has said. Beyonce is too classy to respond, and so is I can't remember if Obama did. But could you imagine, like, who really needs to be in jail? Like, what kind of dictator crap is this, Trump? Like, it just boggles the mind. But he really needs to leave people alone. I am from Sudan and live in France. My family is in Ethiopia now because of the war in Sudan. I'm sorry about what's going on in your country. I'm glad your family is safe in Ethiopia and France. I pray that things get better over there in your country. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's wars going on, there's strife going on. The last thing that our president needs to be doing is to be focusing on the general pop. You need to be figuring out how you can protect the country. You need to be figuring out how you can be uh, better as a world leader. America is seen as one of the most prosperous, as the best country, right? As the most free, all of that. But not with a president like that. Hey, Big Dean, what's going on with you? We're doing hot topics today. I got a lot of topics to discuss. Right now, we're discussing Donald Trump, who also attacked Gayle King. Like, what? What did Gayle do to you, Trump? By the way, have you guys checked out Gayle King? Look at the picture on my thumbnail. Look at the picture on my thumbnail. Gayle, that body at 70 years old. Let's start there. No, let's not stop there. Start there. Let's stay where we're at. I don't want to. I don't want to do that to Gail, but she looks doggone good at 70 years old. I think she's either 69 or 70, one of them. But Gail is a hot tamale. You're making nachos, Big Dean. That's what's up. I posted a picture on Facebook of all my comfort foods that I like to make, and nachos is one of them. Okay, I haven't had comfort food. Today makes 4 weeks, so we're going into the second month, and I'm holding on like in Vogue. I gotta push through this month. I said I wasn't gonna cheat at all in July. Well, I'm pushing myself for another month. If I cheat, it'll be after I lose another 15 or 20 pounds. Cause your girl, yes, Gail is she looks good for her age. She looks good. Okay? Like at 70 years old, like, come on now. She looks really good. I didn't know how good she looked. I just happened to be looking at pictures to download for my thumbnail. You got too many comfort foods and stuff. Oh my gosh. Like anything that's like soul food, homemade, anything that's Mexican food, Chinese food, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I do it all. And I was looking at my pictures and I was like, girl, you was throwing down with the oxtails, the gumbo. Ugh. Yes, I love to eat as well. But food don't love me, so I gotta cut back. You gonna take somebody granny on a date, right? Cause Gail is not playing. Like, I mean, that shape is shaping. I don't see anything out of place. So Trump said this about Gail King. Her career is over. She should have stayed with her belief in Trump, he wrote on his social media platform, Truth Social. She never had the courage to do so. No talent, no ratings, no strength. Trump, how are you to say? He's always saying somebody has no talent, somebody, um, he's always questioning someone's education, mindset. Trump, come on now. You didn't have any government experience when you became president. Like, I bet if someone was to sit down and question you, you wouldn't have any idea about the history of America. I bet you don't know. I bet you would not pass a civics exam. I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet all the lint in my pockets now. But seriously, I don't believe that Trump knows anything, and he needs to leave Gail and he needs to leave Charlemagne alone. He needs to leave Obama, Beyonce, everybody, because every time you turn around, every week he's attacking another person of color, if you notice that. And then he's calling them racist, calling them uneducated, calling them no talent. And he's always questioning their accomplishments. Come on now. This man is a natural born dictator. I honestly never liked him. Um, you know what? I was like everybody else, thought, okay, Trump, here he is, this savvy businessman. I didn't like how he treated his first wife. I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that. And the way he had Marla gallivanting with her, but I always thought Ivana was a very, very classy woman. And I think his daughter Ivanka, very classy girl. But Trump, no. And I gotta say, I wasn't pleased with Biden's performance as president either. I wasn't. And I didn't vote this year because I didn't want to vote for Kamala. I did not want to vote for Kamala. I did not want to vote for Trump. So call me what you want, say whatever you want to say. But I elected not to vote for anybody because I couldn't get with Trump's unprofessionalism. And I can't even say, a lot of people say call him a racist. I think that he just found a way to get elected by targeting a certain base and he's going for that. Is he racist? I think that Trump only cares about winning and he will do it at any cost. He wants publicity, he wants acceptance because he was friends with Puff. He was friends with Diddy for years until Diddy dissed him. So now he's like, yeah, I don't know about him. He let Little Wayne, he gave him a pardon. He gave Kodak Black a pardon. I think he gave, did he give NBA Youngboy a pardon? So as long as you get, I mean, he's been helping out Kim Kardashian. A lot of people that went to him and sat down and talked to him, he helped out. So if you can get his ear and you can talk to him and you can talk the way he wants to talk, he'll help you out, right? But he thinks that the he can run the country like he's ran one of his business. He thinks he can do what he wants to, and you can't. There's laws, there's the Constitution, okay, and there's checks and balances, Mr. Trump. And you have to abide by the rules like everybody else. You don't get to just go into the White House and start acting a tail. Could you imagine? Just imagine if Obama would have acted like that while he was in office. They would have had him impeached so quick, there would have never been a second term. Obama just wore a tan suit. Michelle is probably the most educated, most experienced woman that has ever been in the White House. Educated, very classy, very demure. And he and they dared to put her down and put Trump down and put Obama down. You didn't hear anything salacious about him in office. And you already know if Obama was out carrying on and acting a donkey on Michelle, we would have known about it. Any dirt that they could have dug up about Michelle or Obama, we would have known about it because they go out and they dig to find things, just like they found out about Trump. So there's no way that there was dirt on them and we didn't know about it. So yeah, moving on from that. Trump as president of the United States, if you can either go down because he can't be president again. This is his last term. So he can either go down in history as a buffoon or he can go down in history as making this country actually great, like he's saying. He can actually do some of the things that he's talked about doing, and that's making it fair for everyone, equal for everyone across the board. Instead of just saying, you know what, I don't want DEI anymore. I don't want immigration people over here illegally anymore. He can actually do things to help make this place a better, make this country a better place for all Americans. And he can actually use his platform to make sure things are done fairly instead of just worrying about his reputation and what negative things people say about him. People are always going to say negative things about whomever's in office, right? So, yeah, there's that. Let's move on to something a little bit more, shall I say, nice, I suppose. A little bit more happy, a little bit more romantic. If you guys remember a couple of weeks ago when I did Hot Topics, I talked about singer Monica. Monica and Brandy, they're going to be going on tour pretty soon. Did you get your tickets yet? Are you guys going? Comment in the chat. I am going to Monica and Brandy's concert. I can't decide if I'm going to go to the Los Angeles show or if I will be going to the show in Las Vegas, but I will be going. And I haven't got my tickets yet, so I better get them. Um, but a couple of weeks ago, I told you all that I believe Monica and her new man, Anthony, if I want to talk about Anthony, I'm going to talk about Anthony, are married. And I'll tell you why I believe that they are for real now. Because Monica posted a photo shoot. Monica loves a photo shoot, doesn't she? I don't understand why she doesn't get brand deals because she's always, maybe she does, maybe she is getting paid to wear this stuff because she always has on Louis, Gucci, Prada. She always has on all of the things, right? And she's a brand girl. Monica's a brand girl. But um, on her latest post on Instagram, she looks really nice. She has a lot of makeup on and she has a lot of what is it, touch ups on her photos, but they still look very elegant. And I wonder what happened to Monica's old photographer. She used to use Cindy B. I wonder why she stopped using her. Hmm. But anyway, if you look through the photos, Monica has on a nice, cute little dress. I believe they went to a wedding for Cash Doll's best friend. And this is the first picture of Monica and Anthony. His Instagram is Anthony, no, it's Ant, A-N-T, the ladies' man. Now, why, if they're married or not, that's your man. You got him posted up, and he got Ant, the ladies' man, baby. Anyway, but Monica looks very safe and secure in his arms. And she wrote two hearts, one love, forever. And the caption, forever. Okay, and the way Monica has been conversing with him and glued to his hip for the last year or two, that lets me know because she's had her children with him. And I remember years ago a blogger by the name of Sandra Rose when Monica married Shannon Brown, who formerly played for the Lakers and I think the Phoenix Sun. She, Sandra Rose, is out of what is the place, Atlanta, and so she knew a lot of the celebs there. And she said Monica wasn't the type to move because Monica had moved from Atlanta to L.A. at the time, and she said Monica wasn't the type to do that unless she was married. And it turned out Monica was married to Shannon, and they had got married before she moved to LA. And that's how you do it, girls. If you're going to introduce a man to your children, if you're going to spend a lot of time with the man, honey, make sure you make sure you get that ring on your finger. All right? Even if you're single, if you don't have children, don't spend a lot of time with a man. Do not put him on your Instagram. Do not get to showing him off on social media like he's some type of prize or something like that. You are the prize. Make sure that he locks you down. Okay? If he's not your husband, I've only ever had a husband and that I posted on Instagram. I didn't post some guy I was talking to, some guy I was dating. And if I'm just talking and we're just dating and we're just chilling and having fun, there's no need for you to meet the barbs. You are not meeting the barbs if you are not my husband. So kudos to Monica for that. Guys, Anthony is Chris Brown, and I want to say Gucci Mane. I think he's a few, and I think he has ties also to 50 Cent. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know for sure that he is Chris Brown's manager, and I believe he's touring with Chris Brown right now. And you'll see Monica and her children um, out and about at different concerts with Anthony. So and I think also Anthony had a lot to do with Monica uh, getting the tour with Brandy. I think he's helping her to negotiate. I hope he's her husband because he seems like, and you don't know these people, you only know them from glimpses, and you only know the business they conduct. But I feel like she can, as far as her career is concerned, she can do better with somebody like an Anthony. Um, I think, and this goes for men and women, right? If you get with somebody, if you marry them, or you're spending a lot of time with them, they should be able to compliment you. And when I say compliment you, I don't just mean look good on your arm. I mean that if you're headed a certain place, they can help you get there faster, or they can help you once you get there. They can help you accomplish something, right? Vice versa, it should go both ways. It should be support on both ends. If you're trying to, say for instance, if you're a content creator, your mate should be pushing your content like it's theirs. They should be sharing it. They should be hyping you up, giving you ideals, things like that. If your man is getting a degree, or if he's trying to promote at work, you should be helping him with his projects, sitting there listening, being his ear to help him go over his presentations, giving him ideals. And you should be smart. Your mate should be just as smart as you are. You shouldn't go home to a dummy or a brokey or a sleazebag or a bum. If I'm out here with ambitions and goals, you need to be out here with yours as well. If I got plans for my life, you need to have some too. I don't need somebody dragging me down because they don't know what next step to take or what they want to do with their life, especially not at my age. I'm going to be 50. And even if you're 30, and even if you're 20, if you are in college, if you are working, if you're doing anything, like if you're trying to eat right, you're trying to lose weight, you're going to the gym every day, you do not need people around you who eat unhealthy. Not saying that you can't be friends with these people or that you have to be a snob, but you are the summation of who you spend your time with. So, with that being said, if people that you spend your time with are eating pot pies, they're going to get three pieces with a tall strawberry lemonade and three or four sides. You're not going to lose that weight, and you're not going to be able to reach your goal as easily. Some people do, a lot of people do. Some people say, oh no, I go to the gym every day. But if your friends have unhealthy habits, they go out drinking on the weekend, pretty soon you're going to drink too. It's just going to happen. I know people, I remember when we were younger, they wouldn't touch alcohol, and now they're lush. Like that's all they do is drink. And I'm like, wow, now I don't drink, and now they're drinking because that's what their friends do. You are, water sinks its own level. You are who you're with. So kudos to Monica. When she saw Shannon was out acting a fool and carrying on, she quickly divorced him and distanced herself from him. And soon after, we found out that Shannon was caught up in some scheme to defraud the pension funds, the something. I don't know, but Monica cut him off at the knees and said, later for you, buddy, and went on about her business. And I do not blame her. If you're trying to do right, trying to take care of your kids, working and trying to have a good life, because it seems like that's what Monica does. It seems like Monica takes her pictures, takes her kids on vacation, does a little 1-2 step at a tour, does a little tour, and then she's all about family, and then she wants to have her man and be by his side. Nothing wrong with that at all. It doesn't seem like she's out here every other day. You see her with another man. You see her leaving her kids with what she say, Nana and Grandpa, while she's on the other side of the globe with somebody's man and leaving her kids for days and days at a time. She's not doing that. If she's not on the stage, she's with her kids. And even when she's on the stage, if her kids are out of school, they're with her. So I love that. I'm a mom's mom, and I love when moms take care of those kids, when they take care of themselves, when they take care of their business, and when they are very picky and choosy when it comes to being with a man. I hope y'all caught that tea. So congratulations to Monica and Anthony if you are married. I hope he do you right, girl. I hope he do you right, because Anthony ladies, man, that's not a good look for somebody that is with a woman who is a mother. You guys are like in your 40s. Like, bro. And also, especially if he's your husband. I could see that kind of thing going on in your 20s or something. But no. Because that's giving people the impression that he's a ladies' man and he's not for you. That even though you guys are together, he will still, he's still open. So I'll just leave that there. And like I said, wish you guys good luck. And speaking of a mother who is always anywhere but with her kids, Cardi B, why were you at the airport throwing, according to you, a JBL speaker at Ra Ali? Cardi, you are like, what, 35 now? I found that to be very, 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 very low vibrational. Cardi, and this is what people got to realize, just like Trump, when you get to a certain level, then you have to change up the game. All that hood rat stuff, I know you got it popping on the gram, being who you are, and you can still be who you are. But you're no longer the stripper at Sue's. You're no longer you are no longer poor in the Bronx. You're a millionaire now. And like it or not, you have millions of people watching you. You have Forget all that. You're a mother now, a mother of three. You're a mother of three. And you have kids who are school age. So kids tease at this age. And your kids see different things at this age, right? So you should be changing up the game. Not only that, you're getting older. So why are you still worried about Ra Ali? Hey, Crystal, what's going on? We are talking about hot topics today. We're talking about hot topics. Um, you missed the first half of the show, but you can always go back and rewind when the show is over. But we got a lot of good things to talk about. So right now I'm talking about Cardi B and Ra Ali. If you Let's go back, because we got to go back almost a decade to 2018. Remember when Cardi B took off her shoe and threw it at Nicki Minaj and then walked out of, I think it was a Harper's Bazaar party with that big knot on her head? And remember, she said that the security or something, that nobody touched her. Remember, she said that. And then remember, weeks after it happened, Nicki Minaj said that it was her friend Ra Ali who actually cold cop, not want uh, anybody to try to sue her for it. Which I don't know why anybody would try to sue Nicki for it, since Cardi came over there in their face. But anyway, be that as it may, Cardi swore up and down that it was a lie, that Nicki Minaj was lying. And if you don't believe me, go and look up the footage. It's there. Um, Back when Nicki Minaj and Cardi B had a back and forth, I think they had a back and forth for several hours on Instagram this day. And and Nicki Minaj said, anybody who has the footage, I will give you um, $1 million if you post it, or 100K, some weird amount. And Cardi B was like, I thought she said she had the footage. If you had the footages, it was all kinds of people there. If there's footage of Ra Ali uh, hitting me, then I want to see it. Now, now, you can't understand half the stuff she's saying. Listen, she does have a heavy accent. I can understand her, but she does have a heavy accent, Cardi B, and she does speak in broken English. But I think Cardi, I don't like her as a person. I don't like how she comes off uh, when it comes to our culture. I don't like the way she comes off. But as an entertainer, I think she's pretty cool. I like how she does, um, how she is. What is the word? How she will get out there and do her thing. How she doesn't have, like, she will go out there and get it done. I like that about her. I think she's a. If I had to choose between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, I would probably want to see Cardi B before Nicki Minaj, because I think a Cardi B show would be more entertaining. Um, Nicki is a little too reserved, and Nicki is getting up there. So I don't know that that feeling may change, but I've seen Cardi perform live, and I think she put on a better show than Nicki. So that's what I mean. But as far as music, who would I listen to? Cardi B has some hits, but I probably would listen to Nicki Minaj music first. You'll choose Nikki Crystal Coachman. I mean, like, I try to ride for Nikki, but we're gonna get into some stories, get into to Nicki Minaj in a minute. First, we're gonna finish up Cardi B. So Cardi B, fast forward to 2025, Cardi B is now saying that she got her lick back. What lick? Because all these years you said that Nicki Minaj was lying, that nobody hit you. What lick back? Ra Ali went on her radio station. Ra Ali has the blog on site on Instagram, and she shared with her audience that she was a at an airport in France. Like, Cardi B's carrying on in France. Did she not just see what happened to Chris Brown? Cardi B gets away with way too much. When she threw that shoe at Nicki Minaj, she lied and said Nicki Minaj was talking about her daughter, and Nicki Minaj was not. And people upheld her, and uh, they let her slide with that. And she's always cursing somebody out. She threw a microphone during a concert last summer. Cardi B is constantly doing things and getting away with it, and acts of violence. She's constantly threatening someone, and she's constantly throwing things at somebody. I wonder would they let Nicki Minaj do that? Would they let her assault different people, and would they let her get away with that? Remember when her husband said he wanted to link up with Offset? They had her husband on house arrest, the state of New York. But I don't know if Cardi B is still on probation, but she had that case against her, and she's constantly hitting people and throwing things at people, and the state of New York did not violate her. I don't know if they reprimanded her. I don't know, but I, I don't know. It seems like she's getting shown favoritism. But Ra Ali says that she was at France, and Cardi B saw her and just started going up on her. And Ra Ali says she was in a wheelchair, said she wasn't feeling well, and Cardi B still attacked her. Cardi B admits to that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Cardi B is 35. I think Ra Ali is probably 40. It's old. What lick back? It's this. You guys got into it in 2018. She said, Cardi B said, I cannot live and on this earth and pass away knowing that I did not that somebody did something to me and I didn't get them back. But you said all these years that they never hit you, that Ra Ali never two piece you. You always said that. So it's exhausting, I know, but I just found it. I think my opinion on the matter is Cardi should not be allowed to be able to attack people. You're gonna have your differences, and people are gonna say things on the internet. Who cares? Who cares? Right? Say whatever you want to. As long as you didn't put your hands on me, as long as you didn't stop my bag, as long as you didn't take food out of my kid's mouth, I don't care what your opinion is of me. Real talk. Ra Ali. Ra Ali is she's been on uh, she's also been on the Love and Hip Hop shows. I think she was on Love and Hip Hop New York, and she's also Ra Ali is cool with Nicki Minaj. I don't know if they're still cool, but they were cool. And at the time, Ra Ali was with Nicki Minaj when Cardi B threw the shoe at her, and so Cardi B says that the security held her on the ground. And remember, security stepped between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Well, security stepped between those two, and Nicki Minaj didn't move because her security is there to protect her. But I guess when she threw the shoe, Ra Ali took the opportunity to boop boop bop Cardi B. And so Cardi B says the reason why she was gonna get her back is because of some things she said on her blog about her and her friend. And she said, well, it has been years, but still, I couldn't let that go by without getting her back. I haven't seen her since, but I'm still on that type of time. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, her name is Rah, or you can go to her blog on site on Instagram, ONSITE. It's on Instagram. Um, yeah. So yeah. But that's what happened between Cardi B. And Cardi B is gearing up for a new album. She just did something with WWE or WWF at Super Slam this weekend. That's what she should be focusing on. That album. I don't know. The singles I've heard are, yeah. Uh, I mean, they're not like, oh my. They don't have me feeling like I can't wait to hear the album. I don't know. Predictions are that she's going to sell 70K. I think she got a good 100 to 150K. I think even if she doesn't sell that, it's definitely not going to be pure sales. Pure sales, I give her about 50 to 75K. With the streams and all of that, I give her a good 150K. Because she does have a big fan base, right? I don't know. Is Cardi B a superstar? You seen it on Peacock? You didn't see the SummerSlam? I didn't look for it. I wasn't gonna watch it. I stopped watching wrestling when I was a child and realized how fake it was. Some people, there are some adults who will argue you down about wrestling and that it is real. Oh my gosh. I don't believe in wrestling. I mean, I remember my uncles, they used to be heavily into wrestling when we were kids, and they would do moves on me. And I remember I used to watch wrestling all the time. Do you guys remember Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling? I used to watch that as a kid. I was so mad when that didn't stay on the air. But yeah. Um, so yeah, Nicki Minaj. Let's move on to her. Nicki Minaj, Nicki Minaj. Just like Trump, Nicki, you need to leave people the hell alone. You're coming off as jealous. You're coming off as a bully. And you're coming off as neurotic and a bit weird and a bit crazy. And not for the life of me, I can't understand why she would be like that. Nikki is the one to beat in female rap. Every right, the wrestling scene stage. I absolutely agree, Crystal. And they do. I was watching the documentary on Netflix because I love a good documentary. I love a good autobiography. I love. I'm a people watcher. I just love stuff like that. And they actually write scripts about for the wrestling matches. There are actual scripts that they have. Nicki Minaj thinks she's all that because she got a big butt because it's fake. Who said that? What movie is that from? I remember that from somewhere. Is that from Crooklyn? They all have fake ones, and I don't know why they all do that. They all get fake shots and fake BBLs. I don't know why they do that because um, there are a few people who got work done and it did them well. Kendall Jenner looks amazing. Cardi B has had a lot of work done. She's had the teeth, she has the filler, she has the hair, the nails, the makeup. She has had her lips done. She has had her body done, and she'll tell you she's had all these things done. And Cardi B did a whole 180, and I think that served her well. I think she looks a lot better, you know. Nikki, she didn't really need that work. Her nose was a little crooked, so if she would have got her nose done, I would have understood that. But as far as her body was fine. But I think when you start getting those shots and those BBLs, what happens is your body, if it changes shape, if you lose weight or gain weight, then those fake behinds, they start looking crazy, right? Even if you get the filler in your face, after a while, it's gonna start looking crazy. Yeah, so I wouldn't get it done. If it was me, I wouldn't want to get that stuff done to my face. Hmm. Oh, you think it's from the barbershop movie? It's from somewhere. I can't remember it. Who wants the guys to themselves? Yeah, right after Love and Hip Hop New York, she got her teeth done. She already had the shots, the butt shots, and she already had the boob job. Like I always said, if I'm gonna get anything, it's gonna be a boob job. I was supposed to see the plastic surgeon today, but I had an emergency come up, so I couldn't do it. Oh, Nikki wasn't on Love and Hip Hop New York. Nikki had her shots done right when she first came out. I remember when she had them done. And she said she got them because of Lil Wayne and other guys in the stew. Like, why are you paying attention to what Lil Wayne wants? And I think at that time, like even Saweetie, I thought Saweetie looked so pretty. Like, why would you need to do all that stuff to your body? It didn't look bad, but it don't look natural. And Summer Walker is the worst. I'm not putting these people down. I'm just saying, I don't think they should get the surgery that they get. Summer Walker was fine. Summer Walker looked nice before she got all that stuff done to her. I don't know why on God's green earth she decided to get that stuff done. But she says she likes it and she's not changing it. So whatever. Latoya Jackson, Little Kim, oh my gosh. Every time I see a recent picture of Little Kim, I get mad for her. I want to just, ugh. Because I don't understand why she would do all that stuff to her. It's like these people, oh, you want to get it, you want to get in the game. I'm sure that's what they tell them. You need to look like this, you need to have that. This is what's going to set you apart from the others. I believe that's what they're telling them. I believe they're, telling them to go get all this different surgery because all the rap girls get it. Even Glorilla, people were saying, okay, don't go get the surgery. Don't go get the surgery, right? And, she got her teeth done. And then, before you know it, she had got the boob job, okay? And then, all of a sudden, she got the nose job. And her fans really liked that she didn't have all that stuff done. Little Kim looks a mess. She was pretty, I think. She was trying to be like Aaliyah when she first came out. I don't know who she was trying to be like. Because when Little Kim did it, got all that surgery, that was in the 90s when she started doing it. And nobody was doing that. Nobody was really wearing blonde hair. Like Mary J. Blige would wear wigs and different things like that. But no, you didn't see a lot of black stars dyeing their hair blonde and wearing blue contacts. You didn't see that. You didn't see African. Back in the 90s, we were so natural. Like if you go back and look at pictures of black women back then, it was all natural. We wore our own hair because when the 90s, shoot, I wore braids. It was always okay to wear braids, but you had to grow your own hair. You had to grow your own hair and you had to be able to rock your own ponytail. It was none of this lace front weave stuff in the 90s. You had to be pretty or, you didn't, we weren't wearing lashes in the 90s. We weren't wearing, we would do a little lip gloss, maybe a little lip liner, we would go get our eyebrows waxed or plucked real thin, and that besides that we weren't doing the foundation and the full faces of makeup. We weren't doing that, and the type of surgery these girls are getting now with the BBL, that wasn't that wasn't us. We didn't need that. We already had those shapes. We already had the BBL shape. Yeah, you can tell with the lace front, but the lace front started with the transgender community. The BBL started with the transgender community. The contour and all of that, that's from the transgender community. So actually, women are transforming themselves to look like men who have exaggerated features because they want to look like women. Go figure. And the trans community says it all the time, like, you guys are trying to look like us. Could you imagine paying good money to look like a man who's trying to look like a woman so you could be more appealing? What part of the game is that? But I digressed a whole bunch. Nikki, you need to leave people alone. Nikki got into it with Dez Bryant. I think he plays for the Cowboys this weekend. And we're going to talk about Shador Sanders too while we're on the subject of Cowboys. But honey, when I tell you Dez Bryant did not come to play with Nikki, he did not come to play with her. Okay? He said, Saban, what did he tell her? He let her have it with both barrels. So apparently, Dez Bryant, I guess he's managed by Jay-Z. And Nikki has been going back and forth with she has been going back and forth on Twitter attacking Jay-Z for the last year. Jay-Z hasn't said a word to her, and I don't know if he will. I'm thinking he may do something legal. I don't know, but he hasn't done anything or said anything yet, which is surprising, right? So I don't know if Nikki has something on him for real or what, because he's not really paying her any mind. But like I said, Nikki is coming off real, real desperate. If Jay-Z did something to her and he owes her money, like she says, take him to court. If he did something to you, say what it is. I feel like, Rock Nation manages uh, Megan the Stallion, and I could be wrong on this. But ever since Megan the Stallion said, "Don't be mad at me, be mad at Megan's Law" last year. Ever since she said that, she has been hot under the collar about Rock Nation because, in my mind, I feel like she feels that that was done at the behest of Rock Nation, that they sent Megan to attack her. And she's been mad at Jay-Z ever since then. When Nicki was with Meek Mill, she was really, her and the Carters were really cool. She did a couple of songs with Beyonce and came out on her tour, so yeah. But Des Bryant wasn't for all that. You remember that with Megan last year? She was like, "Don't be," on that song "Hiss." She came for Nicki and she came for Drake on that song, and then Nicki came back with a ridiculous, a ridiculous beef track. This Megan and Nicki, their beef actually preempted the Kendrick and Drake beef. They kicked it off last year. They don't get a lot of credit for kicking that off, but they did. Rap beef is good for music. I don't care what anybody says, but yeah, but Nicki's been hot. Ever since then, she has been hot. So, how Nicki got into it with Des Bryant is this. It all stems, according to TMZ, I'm getting this from TMZ. It says, it all stems from the ongoing battle saga between Dallas Cowboys star Micah Parsons and team owner Jerry Jones over Parsons' new contract. Over the weekend, Jones said he doesn't like dealing with agents during negotiations, citing a bad experience he had with Jay-Z while setting up a deal for Des Bryant. And Nicki Minaj wasn't even in it, and she jumped in it thinking that, I guess she read it wrong. She thought that Des Bryant had an issue with Rock Nation, but it wasn't Des Bryant that had the issue with Rock Nation. It was actually Jerry Jones. So Nicki says, "Well, let's have a story time. I got some stuff to say about Rock Nation." And Des Bryant was like, he's cool on that. He really didn't want to say anything. And she told him she got plenty of stories about Jay-Z and Rock Nation. And he said he wished her best wishes or whatever. Des Bryant wished Nicki best wishes. But then Nicki got mad about that. And she fired back at Des Bryant and offered him $10 million to come fight her husband. She offered the man $10 million to come fight her husband, and he was like, "Look, I'll come get that $10 million and stomp your husband out right in front of your face." Des Bryant was not playing with her, so it was a back and forth and a back and forth after that. But he was like, "This didn't even have nothing to do with you. Why are you even butting in?" All because she heard Jay-Z, she heard Rock Nation, and Nicki has a thing against Jay-Z and Rock Nation, so she wanted in on that. And she should have left it alone. Like, it's giving doing too much. And I like Nicki. I like her music, and I liked her. When it was her and Cardi, I felt like really she was starting to be to sell her album Queen at the time, which I felt like was a dud. I felt like Queen was a dud. I felt like when Cardi B came out, Nicki should have let her have it. Cardi had too much steam behind her, and Nicki had been winning for so long without competition. From like 2010 to Nicki came out in 2009, but from 2010 to 2017, with nobody coming for her or coming close to her, when Cardi B came out, you should have let her have her little run, let her do her little album run. and you should have been coming up with the best things you could come up with, and then that next year you should have came out and did your thing. But instead, she tried to go toe to toe with her, and it kind of backfired. And then when she finally caught on and went away and let Cardi have it, when she did come out with her last album, it did better. Because Nicki couldn't even tour. Her tour didn't even sell out after Queen. But this last tour is sold out. She needed to give her audience a break. She needed to give everybody a break. So when she did that, that worked out for her, I believe. So yeah, but I think she needs to cool out. If she has anything going on with Jay Z, take him to court, sue him. If there's any tea she has, spill it or leave it on the playground, Nikki. Leave it alone because it's making you look bad and your legacy is getting tarnished by all of your Twitter antics. Just leave it alone. And you're going to, quite frankly, ruin any chances you have of doing business deals because now Beyonce's never going to work with uh, Nicki again. And Nicki, she's getting butthurt over people not signing to her record label, heavy on it. Chestnut checkers, Nicki. Chestnut checkers. But she's doing these songs with these girls, and then when she wants to sign them to her label, they're like, nah, they're getting the looks from her. They're getting her on their albums. They're getting the videos with her. But then when Nicki wants a look from them, she's not able to get it. And she's at the stature of where people should be coming to her with something on the table, not the other way around. Because when it's all said and done, business is business, right? All right, we're wrapping it up. We're getting to the end of the show. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Shador Sanders, he was fifth round draft pick. Okay, and he was picked fifth, but he will be a pro seasoner opener. Go figure. We knew that. We knew he was going to start, and we knew that when he got picked fifth, that was all about entertainment, that was all about headlines, and that was all about sticking it to Shador and his father, letting them know who is boss, right? According to ESPN, the Cleveland Browns are expected to start rookie Shador Sanders at quarterback for the team's preseason opener game against the Carolina Panthers on Friday. I will be watching, sources told ESPN. Sanders was selected in the fifth round of this year's draft and was the second quarterback the Browns picked behind Dylan Gabriel, who was taken in the third round. The two rookies have been in a competition for Cleveland's QB1 spot, along with veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Former Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley also signed with the team this week. Though Sanders has gotten the fewest reps with the team starters so far at training camp, hamstring injuries to both Pickett and Gabriel and the age and experience of the 40-year-old Flacco may have paved the way for Sanders' first NFL game action. Flacco has gotten the most reps with the team starters at camp. The Browns began joint practices with the Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina on Wednesday before facing off on Friday's game. So yeah, that's what it is. Shador will be starting on this Friday. Will you be watching? Comment in the chat if you'll be watching Shador in his first professional football game. I can't wait to see it. I want to see what he's going to do. I'm excited to see Shador. There's been a lot of hype around Shador, around Travis Hunter. And it would be good to see him bring it. And I hope that he shows up and he shows out, especially after the whole fiasco with the draft. So yeah. Okay, who else? I think I'm almost at the end of the show or of this live, the show. I'm almost done. Let's see. Let's see. Lies. Okay, we gotta go to the store. Okay. Diddy. Diddy. A diddy bum bum. A diddy bum bum. Okay, Diddy. Diddy. Um, Diddy's latest attempt to get free from the slammer, okay, was denied once again. That judge is not playing with him. I don't know why he's even trying. October will be here before we know it. Just cool your heels, Diddy. Just start working out and, you know, have people come visit you, have your attorneys come visit you. I don't know if they can still visit you at this point, but do your visits, do your phone calls. I don't know if you guys have video visits, but start working out because I know you need to get back in shape. Start drinking your water, start cleaning up your diet. So when you touch down, whenever you touch down, if you touch down this year, next year, I don't know, but just start prepping yourself. Start taking your classes. Start getting your mind right. So when you touch down, no more freak offs for you, Diddy. Okay, it says Sean Diddy Combs' motion for bail has been denied by the judge who presided over his trial. Combs failed to satisfy his burden to demonstrate an entitlement to release. Judge Aron Subramanian, I may have butchered that, forgive me, wrote in a letter on Monday. The order comes a week after Combs' lawyer filed a motion advocating for his release from jail ahead of his October 3rd sentencing date. On July 2nd, Combs was acquitted on charges of trafficking and racketeering, but he was found guilty of two lesser counts of transportation to engage in, I'll let you guys fill in the blank. Prosecutors are recommending that he serve 4 to 5 years in the slammer, including the nearly 11 months he has already spent behind bars since his September 2024 arrest. It doesn't look like that judge is going to let Diddy out anytime soon. And if he does, I'm going to be very shocked. I will be shocked if the judge lets him out because I don't think he will. If he was going to let him out, he would have let him out that day when he was acquitted of most of the charges. Remember, the judge was like, I bet you don't want to stay here anymore. And Diddy shook his head no. And he said it like he was going to let him out. He's been playing in his face the whole time. The state of New York spent 10, 10 million trying to convict Diddy. 10 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money and a lot of egg on their face. You know, they fired the lawyer, the prosecutor, Comey. What was her name? Maureen Comey. They fired her. They let her go because she dropped the ball big time. And I feel like the judge is going to pick it back up. I feel like Diddy is facing 20 years. I feel like he's going to get 10. He's going to get 20 years and it's going to run concurrent. He's got a year off, and I feel like he's going to get the 10 years. He's going to have to do 9. And what does he have to do? Halftime. So he's going to do 4 or 5 years in jail with 5 years parole. I'm saying it now. If you disagree, put it in the chat, and you owe me $20. No, but seriously, that's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to get 10 for each charge because he has two charges of the Mann Act, two Mann Act charges, and I feel like they're going to give him 10 years for each one, and he's going to have to do that time consecutively. He's going to have to do 50% of that time, which is 5 years, but he's already going to get credit for one. So he's going to do 4 more years, right? And then he's going to do probation for the rest. So I could be wrong, but Diddy, get ready to dig your heels in and get your program ready. Get ready to start programming because that's what it is for you, buddy. And guys, that is all I have for you today. I'm very grateful for everybody who tuned in. Very grateful for all of you who commented and engaged with the channel. Replay Gang, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys uh, like this live. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that share button. And I'll see you all next time. It was fun with you guys. And I like doing these Hot Topics live because it gives me a chance to get in my blogger bag. You know, your girl MMG was a blogger before I was an author, before I was a content creator, before I came to YouTube. I probably would do much better as a blogger, but yeah, yeah, maybe some other time. But I'll still give you guys these hot topics lives every now and again when I have something to say about what's going on because you guys know me. I don't like being in people's business like that much. You guys stay blessed. Until next time.